Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us from every corner of the world. Welcome to the 2025 Flagship Fellowship Summit, a global celebration of impact-driven entrepreneurs creating solutions for a better future. My name is Evie Flaw, Events Manager at Watson Institute, and I'll be your host for today's summit. I am so glad you are here to witness the culmination of months of dedication, creativity, and purpose from the incredible Flagship Fellows. Now, let me share a bit more about what to expect today. The Flagship Fellowship is designed for entrepreneurs leading impact ventures around the world. These fellows are founders, innovators, and changemakers, tackling humanity's toughest challenges. And today, we get to celebrate their progress, passion, and leadership. Over the next hour and a half, you'll hear from 13 remarkable Flagship Fellows. Each of them is pioneering new ways to address global challenges, from systems change and education to technology, sustainability, and well-being. To kick things off, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who plays a pivotal role in guiding the Flagship Fellows, Teal Bikri, Programs Manager at Watson Institute. Teal has been instrumental in ensuring that the fellows have the mentorship, resources, and leadership development they need to elevate their ventures and deepen their impact. Teal, we're excited to hear from you. Please take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Evie. And good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are in the world, everyone. As we come to the close of the Flagship Fellowship, I want to take a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished. Over the past 4 months, you've completed 9 weeks of social impact-focused curriculum led by 6 experts in the field, attended 16 hours with mentors, your EIR Brian Lee, and impact speakers, expanding your perspective and knowledge, and participated in 12 hours, an entire day's worth of community building and development with your cohort. Beyond the checkpoints and program deliverables, what stands out most is your commitment to empathy, to equity, and to creating change that truly matters. Each of you came here with a vision for a better world, and you're leaving with the skills, community, and mentors needed to continue changing your communities. Most importantly, you've dedicated the last 4 months to yourself, your growth, and your capacity as a leader. You've taken the action and invested in yourself to do the one thing that Watson champions all fellows to do: protect your courage. On behalf of the entire program implementation team, thank you for your dedication, your curiosity, and your heart. We are so proud of you, and we can't wait to see where your passion leads next. Congratulations, Flagship Fellows 2025.
Thank you, Teal, for that wonderful introduction and for all that you do to champion the Flagship Fellows. Now that we're grounded in the vision of today's summit, let's begin our journey, starting with our first theme, systems change and leadership. The first 2 fellows you'll hear from are leading with purpose, reimagining how we design, lead, and sustain equitable systems that work for people and the planet. First up is Jane Strode Miller Fellow Nithal Parekh, founder of Innovate Social, which empowers individuals and organizations to build meaningful social impact through education, storytelling, and community-driven programs. Innovate Social has supported thousands of learners through Impactathon events, workshops, and digital resources. And Nithal is committed to democratizing access to social innovation and ethical leadership. Through her work, she aims to cultivate a global community equipped to build solutions that are inclusive, sustainable, and rooted in positive change. Nithal, take it away.
Hi, I'm Nithal Parekh, the founder of Innovate Social. Today, I want to tell you a story about what can happen when we find our spark and share it. I was born in Oklahoma to parents from India and moved more than 20 times growing up. I have worked in startups and practiced law, but when I discovered social entrepreneurship, the idea of using business models to create social good, it completely shifted how I saw the world and my role in it. In times that feel divided, social entrepreneurship can bend us toward each other. And I wondered, what if I had learned about this much earlier? But this story isn't actually about me. It's about you. You're the main character, the superhero. You see the news. You worry about what it means for future generations. Around the world, people, especially younger generations, are struggling to flourish. A global study of 200,000 adults across 23 countries showed lower levels of happiness, meaning, and purpose among younger people. We're more connected than ever, but many feel less hope and less agency about the future. They don't know what to do. You want to do something, but it can feel overwhelming. If only there was a community, a starting point. That's the gap that Innovate Social bridges. We connect people to purpose, agency, and opportunity through transformative experiences and actionable content. Our main event, Impactathon, brings people together to learn, collaborate, and start building solutions to real community issues in just a day or a weekend. No idea, no worries. You're guided and supported through the process. And you leave with tools, teammates, and a pitch, and the confidence that you can make a difference. So you can go on to other programs, like the Watson Institute, to keep developing your idea. We've co-convened 34 Impactathons in 12 cities and virtually, engaging over 1,000 changemakers ages 5 to 80. Participants have gone on to launch ventures, secure funding, and influence local policy, all starting from one Impactathon event. We've shared engaging content, including hundreds of blog posts and podcast episodes, reaching thousands of listeners, viewers, and readers. And a best-selling book, 51 Questions on Social Entrepreneurship, mapping out legal structures, business models, and ways social entrepreneurs can measure impact. And we're growing that impact through the Pineapple Friends series, starting much younger, children's books that empower 4 to 10-year-olds to think critically, practice empathy, and solve problems. Because if kids can learn these skills early, they grow up ready to transform challenges into innovation and opportunity. We've seen this firsthand in our first 37 events reaching over 300 kids and families, and in interviewing educators for our new curriculum designing app. With the stellar multidisciplinary team, we are building a business model centered around recurring revenue and impact. Our revenue comes from Impactathon program fees, book sales, speaking fees, grants, and a business loan fully repaid. But we are in a new moment of our story, one where the need for our work is greater than ever, and where scaling smart and fast can enable our impact to reach more learners of all ages. We know the way forward is through leaning on, partnering with, and amplifying the work of our fellow changemakers, because they aren't our competition. They are our ecosystem, our lifeline. So this new blank page is where you, the heroes of this story, come in. How can you help us write an incredible next chapter? Host an Impactathon for your campus or community. Read our books to your students and kids. Be the first to use our social emotional learning app in your school district or homeschool sessions. Together, we can help people flourish through connecting with purpose and action, transforming not only their lives, but every single life they touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Nithal. Next, I'm excited to introduce you to Watson Institute Fellow Paige Heinerman, founder of Paige Capacity Builders. Paige is a nationally respected strategist, executive coach, and social impact advisor. With more than 18 years of experience spanning executive coaching, organizational development, and social impact strategy, she helps organizations build equitable, purpose-driven systems that serve both leaders and the communities they impact. Paige, you have the stage.
Hello, everyone. I'm Paige Heinerman, founder and chief strategist of Paige Capacity Builders. Our mission is simple. We support the people and systems that power social impact. Across the U.S., the nonprofit sector is holding communities together, addressing poverty, housing instability, and trauma. But while they're solving society's toughest challenges, they're doing it with limited capacity, under-resourced teams, and rising burnout. Since launching Paige Capacity Builders in 2014, we've generated $1.5 million in sales and served over 250 organizations, from grassroots nonprofits to state agencies and national foundations. But for me, this work isn't just business, it's personal. I've spent nearly 2 decades walking alongside social impact leaders. Everywhere I go, I see the same story. People doing extraordinary work to ease human suffering while quietly carrying too much of it themselves. I've seen the exhaustion, the loss in staff, the norm of doing more with less. And I know that when leaders are supported, whole systems can change. That's why I built Page Capacity Builders, to give those leaders the tools, clarity, and capacity they need to do this life-saving work. The data backs it up, too. 90% of nonprofit leaders report burnout, turnover, and a lack of capacity. 75% say burnout directly prevents them from achieving their mission. That's where Page Capacity Builders comes in. We strengthen organizations from the inside out through advising, coaching, and training, strategy and infrastructure capacity, like dashboards, data systems, and logic models, and culture building and change management to support employee retention and organizational sustainability. Unlike similar firms such as Bridgespan or Frontline Solutions, we combine integrated services that bridge coaching, consulting, and capacity building, provide accessible pricing, high-touch partnerships that are flexible, and a focus on long-term sustainability, not just short-term deliverables through the project. Our business model is simple and scalable. We've built a trusted relational approach to our work that combines revenue-generating services with open access resources. Consulting and coaching create steady, recurring revenue, while our free tools expand reach, visibility, and pipeline for long-term partnerships. The U.S. social sector represents a $300 billion market. About $3 billion is spent annually on strategy and capacity building, and we're targeting a $20 million share. With demand rising for sustainable leadership, data-driven strategy, and workforce well-being, Page Capacity Builders is perfectly positioned for rapid growth. Our work is intentionally diverse. The balance of our portfolio keeps it strong, our insights broad, and our impact grounded in every level of the social sector. What's worked for us so far has been simple and powerful: relationships. 90% of our clients come back, 100% would recommend us, and every engagement since our founding has come through word of mouth. That tells us two things. One, the work is delivering real value. And two, there's tremendous opportunity to scale that trust through a more intentional marketing and growth strategy. Over the next 3 years, we're focused on smart, sustainable growth, expanding our team, securing multi-million-dollar state and federal contracts, and building the kind of infrastructure that allows us to scale without losing our heart and relational approach. I lead this work as an ICF-certified coach with over 18 years of experience in the social impact field, including 8 years inside nonprofits. I serve as a technical expert for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, advise university programs, and have supported more than 250 organizations nationwide. I'm backed by an incredible team of subject matter experts with deep experience in each of their fields. Today, I'm inviting partnership. We're seeking mentors, advisors, connections, and opportunities. Please feel free to learn more about my work through my LinkedIn and website. I can be contacted through email. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Paige. Our next group of pitches focus on the theme of education, workforce, and opportunity, expanding access to the tools, training, and skills that open doors for communities around the world. First, please welcome Jane Strode Miller Fellow, Sean Wall, founder and executive director of World at Hand, a Denver-based nonprofit that expands access to international education for underserved students. His programs remove financial and systemic barriers, helping Colorado youth explore the world and their place in it. Sean's work has reached over 500 students, providing scholarships and experiences that foster global citizenship and personal growth. Sean, over to you.
Hello, my name is Sean Wall. I'm the founder and executive director of World at Hand. Growing up in Denver's historic and diverse Park Hill neighborhood, I was the only one of my friends to study abroad. My semester in New Zealand was life-changing, and when I returned, I dreamed of creating a scholarship so that future generations could do the same. Fast forward 6 years. I'm in Australia, living a life never imagined as a low-income Denver kid. It's the height of the pandemic, and I'm watching from afar as my community is in protest. I feel heartbroken that there's nothing I can do to support the community that raised me. And at this low point, I knew it was now or never to make my scholarship dream come true. From across the globe, World at Hand was born, locally rooted, yet globally grown. Today, this dream has grown into a nationally acclaimed 5-step global scholars pathway that makes global education accessible to all. With early introduction, online programs and seminars, travel training and passports, scholarships, and post-abroad professional development, we remove barriers, empower students, and develop leaders every step of the way. So why study abroad? Beyond exposure to new cultures and a global perspective, study abroad boosts GPAs, graduation rates, and develops highly desired workplace skills. In a global survey, 90% of executives shared that cross-cultural management is their top challenge in the workplace. A recent form of education abroad study shows that study abroad alumni make an average of 6.3% more annually than their peers. However, a 2023 Institute of International Education report shows that only 1 of 10 U.S. undergraduates study abroad. For community college students, who represent nearly 40% of those undergrads, it's a mere 2%. So why aren't more students using these life-changing opportunities? Well, it's simple. High costs, lack of awareness, low representation, and a belief of what's possible. The field remains skewed towards higher income, white, female students. Our programs make it so that all students, no matter their financial, residential, or demographic backgrounds, can access these opportunities. In our short history, World at Hand has introduced 500 students to international education. 45 completed our GAP program, 10 were awarded study abroad scholarships, 2 piloted beyond borders, and we've hosted 2 student interns. Before our programs, 30% of our students believe study abroad is possible. After completing the GAP program, this number rises to 80%, marking a major shift in the mindset of what can be achieved. To date, we've sent students to 13 countries across the globe. Our alumni return empowered and ready to set examples and make a difference, entering the workforce, getting involved on campus, joining international leadership institutes, and volunteering as program leaders and speakers. Drawing on my background in business, entrepreneurship, ESL teaching, plus years of living, working, and traveling across 27 countries, I've built World at Hand by combining best practices with lived experiences. Currently, we are ready to scale. Recognized as a rising industry leader, I've returned home after nearly a decade abroad and seen exponential growth in terms of impact and development. Our momentum is fueled by strong industry support and an expanding base of donors, partners, and sponsors. This network reinforces the credibility and reach behind our mission as we expand across Colorado and beyond. With innovative programs, deep Denver roots, statewide expansion, and a growing national reputation, we believe World at Hand has the potential to become the #1 supporter of access to global education in the United States. I invite you to join our mission and develop locally rooted, globally grown future leaders who set examples, bridge communities, and build a better Colorado, a better United States, and a better world. You can support us by donating, volunteering, connecting us with new partners, or just helping us spread the word. As our scholarship recipient Chanel recently shared, World at Hand is investing in homegrown talent that has global dreams and a global future. Let's keep investing in that future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Next up is Watson Institute Fellow Chelsea Dade, founder and CEO of Communicate for Health Justice, or CFHJ, a youth workforce development hub and consultancy dedicated to empowering underrepresented youth through the power of communication. Through CFHJ, Chelsea leads initiatives that equip young leaders with the writing and campaign development skills they need to advocate for themselves, their health, and their communities. Chelsea, the mic is yours.
Imagine being a young person passionate about improving your community's well-being, but the only tools you're handed lack cultural awareness, forward-thinking approaches, or an authentic commitment to youth equity. That was me. Well, that was me years ago. I was very shy but curious and always eager to make an impact, but I didn't yet have the skills or language to do it. My mom encouraged me to explore performing arts to find my voice. Being a competitive dancer and rhythmic gymnast taught me that growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens through intentional, consistent skill development. Years later, I realized that same principle applies to youth voice. Young people want to lead, but they need the structure, guidance, and practice to do it effectively. And that's why I founded Communicate for Health Justice. Youth of color under 30 face many cradle-to-career barriers. Only 8% of youth leadership program participants in the U.S. identify as Black and 11% Hispanic, despite making up more than 40% of the youth population. Just 42% of Gen Z say they trust the U.S. healthcare system, and that's the lowest of any generation. And only 17% of employed Black youth possess advanced digital skills compared to their counterparts. Communicate for Health Justice is a youth workforce development hub and consultancy powered by communications. In addition to consulting, we deliver tailored programs to trusted partners and clients focused on the most important skill, communication, leveraging digital media and advocacy that centers on youth as actors in their health and the health of their communities. These are our core services. We focus on content creation, so that's your social media, editorial and narrative support, copywriting, copy editing, and youth workforce development programs. Our business model is as such. I work primarily as an independent contractor, and this is my average consulting rate. And we also charge for workshops and webinars at around $25 per ticket. The market for Communicate for Health Justice is quite broad and is focused around the U.S. workforce development and training sector at about $100 billion. And then that narrows down to about $10 billion when you focus on youth and soft skills training market. And then for the area that I'm in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, that's around $800 million. The traction for CFA Shade thus far is quite nice. We have acquired about $50,000 in funding through our consulting, and our traction in terms of metrics is shown here. The go-to-market strategy for how we will continue to build the brand includes partnerships with aligned organizations, speaking opportunities for brand dissemination, and more government contracting. Our competitors are listed here. They do communications as well, but they don't have the specific focus on a progressive lens or the in-person and online digital presence. And this is me. I'm Chelsea Dade, the founder and CEO of Communicate for Health Justice. I have my Master's of Science in Health Communication and a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology and a Public Health minor. There are many ways to continue supporting Communicate for Health Justice. We encourage you to follow us on social media, share our work, share our events, engage with our events and the things that we are putting on, and there's always opportunities to sponsor as well. And this is my contact information if you'd like to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Now let's hear from Venable Foundation Fellow Sharad Farmer, founder and CEO of Navi AI, which connects workers to career opportunities through AI-powered assessment and community partnerships. Working with chambers of commerce, schools, and employers across South Florida, he creates transparent pathways to skilled trades and vocational careers. Navi AI has assessed over 300 workers and completed over 20 placements across 5 Florida counties. Sharad aims to make quality career guidance and job placement accessible to underserved communities. Sharad, take it away.
Hi, I'm Sharad Farmer, co-founder and CEO of Navi AI, where we're connecting future workers to their next career path with AI to be fast, affordable, and built on trusted referrals. Right now, over 900,000 people have been laid off and don't know where their next start is. That's creating a lot of career uncertainty for people that don't know exactly what they want to do. For example, that tech worker that just got laid off that doesn't know where their skills are going to align for their next role, or the restaurant manager that has leadership abilities but doesn't know where to apply that for the future. This is creating a lot of uncertainty where people are having job loss, time loss, and are having to stifle a lot of their life fulfillment goals. So the solution is being able to make career navigation as fast and affordable and built on trusted referrals. Take Daphne here, for example. She was a social worker that wanted to make a career change, and she found Navi AI, where we were able to help and assess her talents and see that she was good for being a stagehand in live entertainment. And within a matter of days, we were able to connect her with a local production labor staffing company here in South Florida. As we're seeing, this is becoming a worldwide topic. As you see here, the Ford CEO has enrolled his son already in welding classes because the trades are starting to boom. Even the NVIDIA CEO right now has said electricians and plumbers are going to be needed by the hundreds of thousands in the new working world with AI. As we see here, the numbers don't lie. The market is completely vast. It's a $3.1 billion industry, and the trades and vocational careers are making a comeback, which is why we're focusing on that here in South Florida. And so far, we've made a lot of traction. We've had over 300 people that have discovered their career path and have been averaging between 15 days for average placement time, and have already secured over 10 industry partners. So how does it work exactly? Well, you can tell us about yourself, that first interview question, where we can then create a curated match for you of different roles and opportunities that we can then refer you directly to the hiring manager. Or if you don't know exactly what you want to do, you can take our career assessment, which is just 10 questions, and it'll be able to provide you a list of job titles that align with your abilities. And then we can also refer you from there. So how do we sustain ourselves? Well, we are a two-sided marketplace, but we focus on the value aspect first, meaning that for the job seekers, when they actually apply and then get a role or an offer, we then charge them afterwards, $75. And then for the employers, we focus on doing revenue enablement from their referral programs, which typically can range from $250 to $2,000. Reason being is because job seekers are 14 times more likely to get an interview if they're coming through a referral, which is why this makes our competitive advantage very unique. Most of our competitors focus on being a traditional staffing company where they charge just 15% of the actual first year salary, or they're focusing on just the job seeker in like white collar or tech jobs. For us, we're focusing on more of the jobs that don't require degrees, along with trade and vocational work. And we understand this because we worked in this industry. We have 40 years plus experience in workforce and higher education, from also working from in live entertainment, healthcare, tech, and marketing as well. Which is why we want to be the operating system for hiring gaps, which means that we're asking to speak with nonprofit leaders that want to partner with us, hiring managers that we can help service their hiring needs, and then industry experts that can help us make sure that our product is being evolved over time. So thank you so much for allowing me to talk about Navi AI, where we're providing quality, transparent career connection for talent and helping people navigate their next career path. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharad. We've now moved through 2 of our 4 themes today. And before we continue, I want to pause to spotlight another powerful element of the Flagship Fellowship experience: base camps. Base camps are community-focused events that bring fellows' ventures directly to the people and places they serve. To share more about this work and its impact, please welcome Mary Campbell, our Senior Base Camp Programs Manager here at Watson Institute. Mary, the mic is yours.
My name is Mary Campbell, and I'm the Senior Events Manager at Watson Institute. As part of the Flagship Fellowship, every entrepreneur is challenged to host a high-impact community event. This is an ambitious task, especially since many fellows are simultaneously working full-time jobs, raising families, and building their ventures. These unique entrepreneurs or fellows have each brought innovative solutions to pressing global issues, both through their main venture work and through the powerful events that they're hosting throughout the course of this program. These events are what we at Watson Institute call a base camp. A base camp is a powerful 1 to 3 day experience that's designed to showcase the fellows' work and mobilize their local communities. They provide hands-on learning that equips local entrepreneurs, leaders, and community members with these new tools that are now needed to foster a culture of innovation and new business creation. While each base camp is different, they all focus on creating space for authentic connections, meaningful conversations, and forward momentum, helping bring these big ideas to life in real, true, tangible ways. Despite the immense challenges, these entrepreneurs approach event planning with incredible tenacity and thoughtfulness. For them, this isn't just a program requirement, it's a critical chance to make a real, measurable difference in their communities. Today, I'm so excited to highlight just how transformative these events have been. Let's look at the numbers. This fall, the fellows have dedicated an average of 30 hours, each of them outside of their regular sessions, to planning and hosting these base camps. In total, this cohort is projected to impact over 500 unique individuals through their events. That's incredible. We're seeing the ripple effects of these base camps grow stronger every day, changing lives one conversation at a time. One unique fellow, Adolfo Martin Vital Ruz, held his base camp in Mexico this past October. Here's what he had to say. Beyond the learning sessions, the base camp focused on building genuine connections among founders. We engaged in network dynamics where we introduced ourselves, sharing our challenges, explored how we could support one another. We even participated in improvised startup pitches, which were both fun and challenging, pushing us to communicate ideas quickly and clearly. Basecamp Monterey reminded us that raising capital isn't just about funding, it's about building relationships, trust, and shared purpose within the entrepreneurial community. So, to all of you, thank you. Thank you for trusting us at Watson Institute to help guide you on this journey. Thank you for the long hours that you've spent planning, developing, collaborating, and pivoting. We know that this was not easy, but you accomplished it, and we are so incredibly proud of you. Most of all, thank you for trusting the process. Your dedication to creating this meaningful Basecamp is what fostered such impactful and authentic connection for your communities. We are proud of the work you're doing, the momentum that you're creating, and we truly can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you, Mary. This impact wouldn't be possible without the incredible support of our partners. To share more about our partners that make this program possible, and to introduce our very special keynote speaker, please join me in welcoming Maeve Williams, our External Relations Coordinator here at Watson Institute. Maeve, take it away.
Thank you so much, Evie, for the warm introduction. I wanted to start by saying thank you to each of this year's Flagship Fellows who have so eloquently shared their stories of impact, and to every one of you in the audience joining us today to celebrate the 2025 Flagship Fellows as they embark on the next step of their entrepreneurial journeys and continue to lead forward innovative solutions to address some of the most pressing challenges facing their communities. Speaking on behalf of myself and my entire team at Watson Institute, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to listen to their stories and celebrate their impact. The most meaningful part of my role as an external relations coordinator here at Watson Institute is listening to fellows tell stories about the impact they are creating and scaling in their communities and sharing these stories with our partners, which is why I am so honored and grateful to have the opportunity today to thank the partners who make this impact possible. Thank you to each of the generous sponsors who support the individual fellowships that make up the Flagship Fellowship: Brian McCarray and Claire Campbell, Jane Strode Miller, Jim Hooton, the Luff family, and the Venable Foundation. I'd also like to thank our partners at Comcast, NBC Universal's Mountain West region, who have generously supported the digital skills curriculum that is an integral component of the Flagship Fellowship training. Thanks to the support of each of these sponsors, the 2025 Flagship Fellowship has equipped 17 fellows with the intensive training, dedicated mentorship, and resources to scale their ventures. And as Flagship Fellowship alumni, they will continue to receive connections to a powerful global network and long-term sustainable alumni support as they continue to scale their impact. With that, it is my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker, Maddie Freeman. Maddie is an alumna of the 2024 Flagship Fellowship and the founder of No So November, a youth-led digital well-being initiative which addresses the chronic overuse of technology among teenagers in Colorado, aiming to reduce its negative impact on mental health. By providing an immersive, multifaceted detox experience, NoSo educates teens about the harms of social media and equips them with healthy coping mechanisms. In 2023, NoSo engaged approximately 6,300 participants in partnership with local organizations like Colorado University and Runner's Roost. 89% reported noticeable improvements in mental health. To date, the venture has raised over $26,000 in capital and has been featured on 9 News Colorado for its work. And at the age of 23, Maddie was selected for the Forbes 30 Under 30 2025 North America list in the education category for her work on NoSo.
Maddie generously hosted a leadership session for the 2025 Flagship Fellows at their Immersive in Boulder this past August, during which she drew from her own fellowship experience to offer each of the 2025 Flagship Fellows personalized insights on embracing growth, staying authentic, and leading with purpose. Maddie's continued growth and impact illustrates exactly what the Flagship Fellowship is all about: investing in leaders dedicated to a lifetime journey of impact. Maddie, take it away.
Thank you, Maeve. Hi, everyone. My name is Maddie Freeman. I'm the founder and CEO of NOSO, a digital well-being nonprofit. I started NOSO in 2020 at 19 years old in my hometown of Colorado as an urgent response to the mental health crisis I was seeing unfolding in front of me. My community was struggling, I was struggling, and I realized that we needed more resources, so I built NOSO as a resource for my community. It was rooted in suicide losses that I had endured and personal experience growing up online with social media and seeing how it was impacting my mental health from the young age of 12 years old. I launched No Social Media in November, a challenge in a 30-person classroom in my hometown, which is now a global nonprofit movement that's making impact in 40 states, 35 countries, and we've expanded to include 2 additional programs. I really believe that spreading awareness about how social media is designed to be addictive and how it can impact mental health is really important for the next generation to be able to cope more effectively. So I created a year-round social media and AI educational school program that's led by young facilitators who grew up online that we host in Canada and the US. In addition to that, we also host mindfulness-based community no-phone events hosted by our team in Colorado, as well as our global young leaders in 6 different countries to provide access to healthy offline habits and to building community. Currently, in our impact journey, we are scaling mindfully, we're fundraising and trying to build capacity as we still have part-time employees making all this happen. I've been really proud of some of the impact that we've made over the years, such as I've been named on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list, we've been funded by Young Futures, which is backed by Pivotal Ventures, and we've partnered and gotten support from Hope Lab and McGill University's Media, Technology, and Democracy Center. All these accolades are truly incredible and such a testament to how far I've come in my impact journey, but the most important impact I ever get the pleasure of experiencing is the feedback that I hear from the young people that I get to work with every single year. So I'll leave you with a quote from a student that I worked with, actually as a result of a Watson Institute connection, that really hit me in the heart. So this young person shared that she was spending over 10 hours a day on her phone, scrolling constantly. She was constantly overwhelmed, anxious, and disconnected from the real world. And she said that since experiencing our programming, she took significant steps to improve her well-being. She turned off notifications for all her social media apps, began daily meditation, started therapy, and replaced screen time with nature walks, self-care routines, and exploring new hobbies. I got to meet her because another Watson Institute program flew me out to Lynn University to talk about my work, which is where I met her. So this just shows how widespreading the impact of being a Watson Institute fellow can lead you. So when I reflect back on my time as a Flagship Fellow, I always think about how special the in-person immersive was. Getting to spend 10 days in Boulder with leaders from different countries building out vastly different ventures was so inspiring. I had so many heart-to-heart conversations and deep connections with fellows that had nothing to do with work. We truly just got to connect as humans, as people. And this was so special to me. I hold this feeling very closely and still regularly get to connect with folks I've met from Watson. This fellowship really shaped me as an entrepreneur. Hearing directly from funders, school leaders, strategy and culture experts really helped me take a step back from my passion-fueled work to do more of the high-level planning and structuring that NOSO really needed at the time. It was actually, NOSO was a one-woman show when I did my Watson Fellowship, so this structuring really allowed me to go through the difficult process of hiring, really fundraising, and deepening my investment in creating more school programming and resources. So, I'd like to offer sincere congratulations to the Flagship Fellows and to remind you that your journey of impact is only the beginning. As you become alumni, you join a network of 6,000 entrepreneurs and community leaders worldwide who have raised over $190 million in capital, created 2,300 paid jobs, and positively impacted 11 million people worldwide through their ventures. Additionally, you will receive long-term alumni support along each stage of your journey, which includes, but is not limited to, networking opportunities for Flagship Fellowship alumni to continue to connect with mentors, investors, leaders, and peers, and an online alumni community for Flagship Fellowship program alumni to continue to connect, share resources, and access relevant information. I'll wrap up by saying that building a company from the ground up is genuinely one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I've had a lot of hard experiences in my life. No matter what I want to share, there will be mountaintops of celebrations, and there will be low valleys where you question it all. This will continue from start to end of your venture, and it's all about how you ride the waves and have acceptance, grace, and presence through each win and each hardship. Take care of yourself as much as possible. Your organization will be better for it. If you haven't poured into your own cup first, you won't show up as the best leader you can for your team or for your work. Every time it gets hard, sit down and remind yourself why you started your work and who you were when this all began. I implore you to say yes to every opportunity from Watson and beyond. The more you lean into the follow-up opportunities and alumni network and remain connected to the connections you built throughout the fellowship, the more you will get out of the experience. You'll get out of it what you put in. With that, thank you so much to Watson Institute for uplifting my voice as a keynote today. And fellows, you should be so proud of yourselves for how far you've come. Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. We'll now take a brief intermission. When we return, you'll hear from Cynthia Campos, our events coordinator at Watson Institute, who will introduce the next set of pitches focused on innovation, science, and technology for good.
So we're here today at Impactathon. We're hacking with other sustainability leaders and really passionate about this space.
I'm hoping that today you're able to all come together to find like-minded people and a safe space to create some collective impact.
People of diverse backgrounds and even age ranges think about problems that they wanted to solve within the community and how they could come together to both map out the problems and think about solutions.
I really came here today to try to get a glimpse of something that can happen, in the real world.
I think as a high school student, we're not really exposed to the idea of trial and error. I liked learning that you can fail, that's okay, as long as you get up and improve your idea.
I think one thing that I was really inspired about today was hearing from Eli, who had been a participant in a past Impactathon.
We have a bold vision, we have a bold idea. We really want to change access to financial services.
It opens your mind to these amazing ideas and some of the stuff that people are working on.
It was a very dynamic day, a lot of energy, and it's all leading up to pitches that will happen tomorrow.
I'm excited to see who takes it at the end.
We have fresh off the press the winners from the hackathon. Best overall, $6,000 goes to Simple Gardens. The People's Choice Award for $1,000 goes to 1 Million Acres. Join us in congratulating all of these folks for their wonderful pitches.
I just want to be exposed to this kind of environment, see if I like it, learn something new so that I can use it in the future.
I'm really excited to be a part of this, and I'm really glad that I came.
The takeaways, hopefully it can inspire you to go ahead and go after a problem that you yourself are passionate about.
Welcome back, everyone. Our next theme spotlights fellows who are harnessing technology and science to build smarter, healthier, and more connected societies. First, please welcome Venable Foundation Fellow Roberto Garcia, co-founder of Wenda, a rental marketplace transforming the $80 billion heavy machinery rental industry. Through digital tools that automate payments, logistics, and workflow management, Roberto is empowering local operators to thrive in a modern, connected economy. Roberto, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Roberto Garcia and I'm the co-founder of Wenda. During the pandemic, my co-founder, Veronica Marshall, had to drive for Uber because her business came to a screeching halt due to the pandemic. During that time, when she was driving for Uber, she came to a realization: how can it be that there is not a service or marketplace that caters to her clients that allows them to do business with one another seamlessly and by holding each other accountable? And so that is why we've developed Wenda, a peer-to-peer rental marketplace for heavy machinery equipment, where everybody is vetted and everybody can do business transactions while holding each other. Currently, in the United States, equipment owners take out loans anywhere between $25,000 to $5 million per equipment, and 50% of that equipment goes unused. Currently, in the United States, there's $16 billion that goes to waste because of project management skills or poor data when it comes to acquiring equipment for a job site home renovation, or even jobs that are taking place on highway. At the moment, 27% of the equipment thefts that take place in the industry are done so by people that work at actual job sites. And so we're solving this by creating a marketplace that seamlessly allows both equipment renters and owners to do business transactions with one another. Everybody will be required to verify their identity with our integrations, and they will be able to hold each other accountable for their action thanks to our accountability features. So finally, everybody will be able to see who they're actually doing business with, and with peace of mind, be able to safely rent out their. As of now, we will be generating revenue via every single transaction that takes place on the platform, anywhere between 5 to 25%. We'll also be facilitating transportation and training courses to help operators get certified for their OSHA requirements for the heavy machinery that they need to operate. As of now, the market size for Florida is $740 million, which is where we're going to start operating. Then later on, we'll be scaling to the rest of North America, which is approximately $80 billion in service addressable market. The total addressable market for the construction industry in the United States alone is $210 billion. And this is an industry that on average goes anywhere between 3 to 5%. A competitive advantage will always be transparency. We'll be facilitating equipment owners and renters to hold each other accountable. We'll be facilitating training, and our Know Your Customer functionalities will allow everybody to be able to trust one another when actually performing those business transactions. Go-to-market strategy is quite simple. We're going to be leveraging Veronica's network that she's established throughout the past 14 years of her experience in the industry. And thanks to the strategic partnerships that we've established since we started, we will be cross-referencing with startups in the ecosystem that have the same ICP as us, facilitating our market. In addition to that, we'll be establishing credibility in the industry by facilitating safety classes to help operators get certified for their OSHA. As of now, we have 200 equipment owners that are ready to upload their equipment to the platform, and 1,800 contractors, subcontractors, and project managers that are ready to sign up to Wenda and start renting out equipment and perform transactions on a month-to-month basis. We're hoping to have the MVP ready by late November and early November. Our road to success is quite attainable. Within the first 6 months of operating, we hope to have 175 equipment owners, which is achievable given that we have 200 that have signed already. And after 1 year, we will be reaching $1.1 million in profit. After the first year, we will be expanding to states such as Georgia and Texas, where there's the most construction taking place. Some of our partners that have helped us get to where we are right now are Playboy, Reband, Miami DDA, and Watson Institute. As far as the leadership team goes, Veronica Marshall, as I mentioned, 15 years of experience in the industry. She put the experts at the moment, and previously she's managed Lifting Racks, which is her own business where she has generated approximately $1 million in annual recurring revenue. And myself, Roberto Garcia, I've worked in multiple technology companies such as RallyPoint, a social media platform for veteran service members, Everfi, a financial literacy platform that teaches adults and young adults the basics of finances, and Ultimate Software, where I manage the recruiting solution that helps candidates and recruiters connect with one another. I have this approximately $800,000 to help us go to market and be able to scale and activate all these accounts in order for us to reach our very attainable goals of $1.1 million first year. You can reach us by sending us an email to rgarcia@window.com. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Roberto. Up next, we meet Venable Foundation Fellow Brianna Cook, founder and CEO of IoT Dom. IoT Dom provides digital solutions for small businesses and cities by organizing workshops on how technology resources can provide more opportunities and reduce costs to cities worldwide. They have provided technology devices and support to over 50 schools, impacting 50,000 students in Ghana. Please welcome Brianna.
Thank you all for being here today and listening to our message. I started IoT Dom back in 2017 after getting my MBA in international business. I've always been passionate about computers since a little girl when I got my first computer at the age of 8 or 9. Just playing computer games, connecting people together. And that's really why we started IoT Dom Smart Cities. I was inspired after a trip to Tokyo and studying agglomeration indices and how we can use these economic indicators to improve cities and enhancing citizens' life quality. So the problem that we're trying to solve, the smart city industry will be $4 trillion by the year 2030. This means that there will be close to 9 billion people at that same year. And that means there will be 39 billion devices in the world at the same time. So for every one person, each person will have 4.3 devices. And what that means is it's just a large amount of data. Data silos in organizations and cities cost over $3 trillion per year. And at IoT Dom, what we try to do is measure Sustainable Development Goal 16 in both IoT and smart cities. What are smart cities? Smart cities use information technology and the Internet of Things, which is IoT, to enhance the quality of life for citizens. And Sustainable Development Goal 16 measures the level of peace within that group of data that is collected by the IoT and the ICT devices. So there's several indicators that we measure within the software solutions we develop. And we've been doing this since 2017 in countries like Ghana, India, Canada, the United States, just to name a few. And this is a picture of our team, some of the events we did at the United Nations. And our goal really is to connect the Paris Climate Accord to the Sustainable Development Goals using IoT and ICT. Our first feasibility study was in Ghana, where we organized a case study using ICT and IoT to connect to over 50 schools and educating more of the citizens on the importance of collecting Sustainable Development Goal 16 using technology. And with all of that data, we eventually developed our own product, which is the IoT Dom software platform. We have different modules. We measure all the way from property management to wind turbines and manufacturing automations using IoT. And our business model, we are B2B2C, so we engage with tech hubs, schools, nonprofits, and municipalities to offer our platform. We provide consulting and financial solutions all over the world. So if you're interested, we'd love to tell you more. And myself and my co-founder, Musa Inwa, we developed the business. We've been in business now for over 8 years with locations in Ghana, India, the United States, Canada, and soon to be Malta in the EU. So thank you for your time. Thank you to our sponsors, Watson Institute and Venable LLP. If you'd like to partner and hear more about our projects, you can email me for more information. My name is Brianna at iotatum.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brianna. I'd now like to introduce you to Love Fellow Tess Baylor, Founder and Chief Science Officer of Renegade Research, which is pioneering patient-led efforts to uncover scientific insights and improve overall quality of life for patients with complex chronic illnesses. Their groundbreaking Remission Biome project garnered support from over 580 crowdfunding backers and was featured in Science News. Through her work, Tess is committed to using curiosity, scientific rigor, and lived experience to make positive change in the lives of those affected by complex chronic illnesses. Tess, you have the mic.
Hi, I'm Tess, founder of Renegade Research. I once spent 23 hours of my day in bed. I wasn't able to work or spend time with my friends or family. I would pass out after just standing up for a few minutes. I have myalgic encephalomyelitis, or ME. Most people have never heard of this, even though 10 million people in the United States have it. The science about it is not well understood, and there are no FDA-approved treatments. Traditional clinical trials take 7 to 10 years and cost $1 to $6 million. After all that time, if any promising treatments are found, then it takes 17 years for doctors to implement them. Patients don't want to wait. At Renegade Research, we have a research model that moves faster and is less expensive. We organize studies where patients work with their own healthcare providers and do experiments at home, and then provide us data that we pool and analyze. We push clinical care forward by putting together medical education to share our results, and so that doctors can learn from the few experts out there who are having success with patients. We also do direct health coaching. We have a diverse team. My background is in aerospace engineering, and I have worked at NASA. I combine my technical background with my patient experience. Our CEO, Isabel Burnett, is a board-certified health coach with 20 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry. Our Chief Medical Officer, John Houghton, has over 30 years of experience as a practicing physician and senior executive. Our research director, Tara Foti, has a PhD in public health with a decade of experience running research studies. There are other nonprofits in our space, including the Patient-Led Research Collaborative, Open Medicine Foundation, and Brain Inflammation Collaborative. These orgs also do research into complex medical conditions, but only the Open Medicine Foundation is involved in medical education, and nobody is doing direct coaching. We have an engaged patient community of over 30,000 people and are currently running 10 research studies. We have a network of over 50 doctors and researchers who give us input on our studies, and we have started our pilot coaching program with 10 clients. There is a huge need for what we are doing. Like I said, there are more than 10 million people in the United States with myalgic encephalomyelitis and more than 100 million worldwide. 80% of our income goes towards our programs, with 20% going towards operating our nonprofit. 60% goes towards research studies, 10 towards a medical education platform development, and 10 goes to our health coaches. We're looking for funding, partnerships, mentorship, and support. We would also appreciate follows on X at Renegade Res. You can reach me at tess@renegade-research.org. We envision millions of people jumping out of bed, able to return to work and live their lives again. Join us to make this a reality.
Thank you, Tess. For our final pitch in this theme, please welcome Love Fellow Duja Su, founder of Fastlane.ai, an emotional intelligence AI platform offering 24/7 life and emotional coaching in 95 languages. Fastlane.ai has supported thousands in transforming emotional challenges into growth opportunities and is committed to accessibility, empathy, and cognitive empowerment. Through her work, she aims to democratize emotional clarity and create a global culture of self-awareness, healing, and empowered leadership. Julia, the floor is yours.
So hello everyone, I'm Yuja Zhu. I'm the founder of Fastlane.ai. Today, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you a new initiative under Fastlane.ai, Love Self. Your stories have power. Let's discover it together. So it is a transformative and empowering journey for all. And I like to start with a simple truth. Emotional pain is universal, but emotional support is not. Empowering storytelling to oneself is not. So Love Self, a new initiative under Fascinating.ai, it's about reframing pain. It's about reclaiming voice. It is a multilingual, culturally sensitive platform that empowers emotional growth, not just survival. And it's not therapy, it's transformation. So, every day, 1 in 3 adults feel lonely regularly, increases risk of depression by 40%, raises chance of early death by 26%, and it's as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and 6.7 billion annual cost to workplaces. And most people suffer in silence. There is no support, no connection. They are isolated, stigmatized, and unsupported. And then there comes stigma. Emotional stigma prevents individuals from seeking help, creating barriers that hinder their path to recovery and healing. And lack of access to appropriate support and care. So language and accessibility barriers limit support options, leaving many without the necessary resources to navigate their emotional challenges. And here is an opportunity to empower. So rising global awareness of mental health has created an urgent demand for innovative emotional support platform to foster resilience. And also, utilizing storytelling as a healing method addresses emotional needs, promoting connection and understanding across diverse cultures and languages. So here is the solution, Love Self. It offers multilingual support that offers 24/7 availability in 95 languages for everyone based on Fascinating.ai technology, and also empowering dialogue. So it offers safe, judgmental-free conversations and encouraging emotional growth. And it offers guided storytelling. So it's transforming pain into purpose through narrative techniques. And it's holistic. So Love Self integrates emotional support and narrative coaching. And it is ethical, prioritizes user privacy and data protection principles. And also it's empowering. It empowers users to transform pain into purpose. So here are some of the early adoption user impact based on Fascinating.ai in general. So it reaches a global reach. It has stronger engagement. It has positive outcomes, and it has enhanced user experiences. And here comes the new initiative built on top of what Fascinating.ai has already built. So it is a platform for you to tell you that every story you tell makes you stronger. We are trying to celebrate your own stories, your own entry journeys, and we have provided prompts and day streets to help you to do that. So we have this chapter for your stories, and we have all the story prompts under different categories to help you to explore reflective questions to spark meaningful storytelling. And also here comes your empowerment journal. It helps you to document your own growth, your strengths, your lesson, affirmations, and reflection. And also it celebrates your progress. So we do offer a progress tracker, track your growth, celebrate your journey, and celebrate your milestones. So Love Self offers emotional companion, personal storytelling, and empowerment growth all at once, while other apps do not offer all the features all at once. Also, we're building strategic partnerships with other NGOs, education institutions, and we're looking for different ways to build collaborative programs with corporates to ensure sustainable growth. And the total addressable market is over 27% billion in 2025. This includes all global digital mental health solutions. And also, we are focusing on young adults and multilingual communities for growth, and we're envisioning a world where everyone can speak their truth. So, Love Self, the initiative under Fascinating.ai, is looking for partners to grow its services by working with NGOs, wellness platforms, and schools and corporates. We aim to improve our AI's emotional intelligence, support more languages, and share healing stories around the globe. So please join the self-empowerment movement. Let's transform pain into purpose together. Thank you very much. I'm the founder of Fascinating.ai, and I'm the founder and creator of Love Self. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Duja. I'll now pass the mic back to Abby to guide you through the final group of pitches.
Thank you, Cynthia. Our final theme celebrates innovators strengthening communities through sustainability, well-being, and human connection. First up is Sustainability Fellow Sheila Bernardo, founder of Ascend Garden, a social enterprise and urban homestead garden promoting food security through sustainable farming and solar-powered vertical growing systems. She brings culturally relevant, low-waste dining experiences to North Texas, blending community, culture, and sustainability. Sheila, you have the mic.
I'm Sheila Bernardo, founder of Ascend Garden. Our focus is on food creation, creating cultural food products as value-added output from urban farming innovation. This work is deeply personal, with lived experience of not knowing where my next meal would come from. Adversity shaped my mission to build solutions that feed both people and opportunity. Our food landscape poses challenges to those seeking authentic, sustainable, and globally inspired foods. It's over-reliant on imports, vulnerable to supply shocks, and increasingly disconnected from local production. Profits often flow to distant suppliers rather than communities who could grow and deliver locally. The solution: we are building a food enterprise where cultural food ventures thrive on the roots of sustainable agriculture to drive social impact. We transform small urban footprints into productive, hyperlocal food systems using solar-powered vertical grow modules, proving that small spaces can create big possibilities. How does it work? We create food, grow ingredients, and sell through community-based channels. We are mission-minded in that a portion of our revenue funds training programs that teach families to cultivate homestead gardens and start a small yet scalable food venture, helping to grow food and grow income. Our go-to market strategy is through our flagship food brand, Eon, that reach customers through farmers markets, online platforms, and local community partnerships. We produce traditional meals, snacks, and baked goods that meet market demand while empowering families to build micro businesses rooted in sustainability and culture. What's the market opportunity? The U.S. Asian food market is a $37 billion industry, growing 12% annually with a SAM, or serviceable available market, of $5 billion. Filipino Americans are the third largest Asian American group, forming community relevance and a strong core audience that values authentic food traditions and cultural connection. Pointing to our serviceable obtainable market of $15 million, will leverage adjacent audiences to effectively expand into a broader segment of food-curious and sustainability-minded consumers. In 2 years of weekend pop-up markets and food festivals, we've served over 4,000 customers in multiple market locations, delivering to about 100 zip codes in DFW. We carry 12 active SKUs and generated $60,000 in direct-to-consumer sales. We've also hosted cultural dinner experiences that connect flavor, story, and social purpose, building a loyal community around food with meaning. Ascend Garden operates in the intersection of culturally inspired food and sustainable farming. Blending profit and purpose, we reinvest 10% of revenue into programs that deliver urban farming systems and entrepreneurship training to underserved communities. Our team, comprised of myself, Sheila Bernardo, I am founder and executive director, with 20 plus years of combined corporate experience in the CPG, or consumer product goods, and financial sectors. Also part of the team are Alan Bernardo and Jonathan Jeter. We're seeking funding and strategic partners to support our operational processes and scale production, secure mainstream retail placement, and expand our social impact programs. We'll do this by co-packer partnerships and by launching a farm plus food franchise model integrating commissary kitchens and micro farms, creating local ownership, jobs, and shared prosperity. Join us as a customer, collaborator, or capital partner to grow a food system that connects culture, commerce, and cause. Visit ascendgarden.com or email me at shay@ascendgarden.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Venable Foundation Fellow Tenny Ann Dandy, CEO and founder of Toothpick, a Gen Z-led company helping people to recycle and lead more sustainable lives. With over 300 users, Toothpick is committed to changing the way we see waste. Through their work, they aim to reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills and incinerators, encouraging more people to compost and see materials like aluminum and glass as valuable commodities. Tenny Ann, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. I am Tenny Ann Dandy, and I am so excited to introduce Toothpick. No, we're not dentists. We are a material sorting solution and also community tackling recycling, contamination, and growing waste. So I remember learning about how we burn and landfill most of our trash, and I also watched videos, read reports of Floridians who were living near an incinerator who got sick, things like asthma, cancer, and I could not imagine what they and their families were going through. Then a few months later, I had multiple people in my own family who got a cancer diagnosis, including my dad, and I started to understand. The reality is most of what we put in recycling bins doesn't belong there. And there's a 50-50 chance the last thing you recycled didn't belong there either. And that is because in Miami-Dade County, contamination rates reach 40%, increasing their operating costs by around $15 million a year. In fact, 1 in 3 Americans gets anxious when they go up to a recycling bin, with Gen Z and millennials feeling that anxiety the most. Nationwide, contamination costs add up to $2 billion every year. So our platform makes sorting materials simple, easy, and accurate by instantly guiding people on how to recycle, compost, or otherwise dispose of an item. By reducing contamination at the source, what we're doing is empowering young people and helping to create a future that recognizes materials as a resource and not garbage. Let's watch how it works. So you snap a photo or upload one, you hit analyze, then learn more, and Toothpick tells you what to do. As you can see, my laptop can't be recycled in the curbside recycling bin, so I can take it to a manufacturer's program or an e-waste recycling facility. And on our Engage page, we reframe waste and provide resources, including original content we make and events. So our app is free for individuals and will monetize with eco-conscious brand sponsorships that our audience will resonate with. We also offer waste diversion programs for businesses, and in the future, we'll move into white label licensing to local government. Global waste is projected to grow by 70% by the year 2050, which means cities and businesses need smarter, scalable solutions yesterday. And there's nearly a $27 billion opportunity with 26 million within reach today. Since launching our pilot in April, we've helped over 374 organic users sort their materials with over 300 items uploaded to date. We've also secured over 16,500 in non-dilutive funding and gathered support, including support for waste diversion programs in Broward County and the city of West Palm Beach. And from surveys, people express wanting increased accuracy, and more details and features. So we launched our app in the app stores on November 4, and our go-to-market strategy is focusing on growing our user base with direct-to-consumer outreach, including partnerships with universities and communities, as well as targeted ad campaigns. We stand out since we're free to use and accessible to anyone with a smartphone. We center young people and help you recycle difficult to recycle items like e-waste. Once again, I am Tenny Ann, and I have my bachelor's in public health, policy, and environmental studies. I've been a climate organizer for the past 3 years, and my developers are master's candidates, and we're also supported by advisors in technology, business, and sustainability. As for help, we're seeking app testers or folks who might want to use our app, funding and partnerships with zero waste and eco-conscious brands who may want to showcase their products or brand on our platform. Please download the Toothpick app or visit our website to learn more. And we feel that with your support, we can unlock the true value of recycling, because if only 1 million people composted just one wooden toothpick every day, we'd keep about 60 tons of wood out of the landfills every year, proving that tiny habits do add up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tenny Ann. Next up, please welcome Sustainability Fellow Serene Al-Sharif, CEO and co-founder of Tad Moore Tailoring, which is transforming the fashion industry through sustainability, craftsmanship, and social impact. By giving clothing a second life, her work reduces textile waste, creates jobs, and trains the next generation of skilled sewists. Please welcome Serene.
Every year, Americans throw away 11 million tons of clothing, most of which are still wearable. At Tadmore Tailoring, we're weaving a world where both people and the planet look and feel great, and improving the fashion industry with every stitch. Since we began in 2018, Tadmore Tailoring has saved over 3 million gallons of water. But we're also making money. We've completed over 120,000 alterations, diverting thousands of pounds of textiles from landfills, and our Net Promoter Score is 89, which means our customers love us. We serve businesses with uniform repairs and mending and alterations both locally and nationwide. We have over 430 five-star reviews on Google. Our customers mention our superior customer service, excellent quality, and convenient service with fast turnaround times. We launched the nation's first Department of Labor recognized industrial sewing apprenticeship program, creating a pipeline of skilled workers for growth. Our business model is built of 3 scalable revenue streams: in-store services with personalized tailoring and restyling with high margins, online alterations, a tech-enabled mail-in model that expands our reach nationally, and our B2B industrial sewing that provides sewing services to businesses, increasing their sales and their customer satisfaction. This mix enables financial stability while maximizing our social and environmental impact. The U.S. apparel market exceeds $400 billion, with an estimated $4 billion total addressable market for tailoring and repair services. Sustainability is no longer optional, it's a consumer expectation. According to PDI Technologies, 68% of Americans say they are willing to pay more for environmentally stable products. And among Gen Z, that figure rises up to 77%. Corporations are under pressure to meet circularity goals, yet few have partners who can handle large-scale alterations and repairs. Tadmore Tailoring is the bridge between sustainability and real implementation. We are pursuing B Corp certification to solidify our commitment to environmental sustainability. Unlike traditional tailors, we combine high-end alterations, competitive set pricing, which increases our customers' trust, fast, reliable turnaround times. It's a closed-loop system serving people and the planet while generating profit. I'm Sreenath Shreve, CEO and co-founder, a sustainability expert, and TEDx speaker. My co-founders are Namir Mardini, CFO and strategic advisor with over 10 years of leadership experience, and Mazen Kassab, COO and master tailor with over 30 years of sewing expertise. Together, we're blending artistry, business, and systems thinking to reshape an industry. At Tadmore Tailoring, we don't just fix clothes. We restore confidence, create jobs, and reduce waste. Now we're seeking mentorship, partnerships, and introductions to corporate sustainability leaders. Together, we can save the world one garment at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Serene. And for our final pitch of the day, I'm excited to introduce you to Venable Foundation Fellow Shonda Nissan, co-founder of Social Wellbeing, an online, peer-driven health and wellness platform connecting individuals to supportive communities and trusted providers. Her work helps people feel seen, supported, and empowered in their own personal wellness journeys. Shonda, take it away.
Hi, I'm Shonda Nissan, co-founder of Social Wellbeing. I was a misdiagnosed patient who spent hours searching online for specialists, leaving me overwhelmed and delaying my care. Now imagine you're doing that while managing a health condition or something as simple as finding a new acne treatment. That's the reality for millions of people today. Healthcare has become increasingly digital but more disconnected, and trust and support are almost non-existent. The truth is 65% of Americans feel that managing their health is overwhelming and time-consuming, and most platforms focus on booking appointments or comparing ratings. But what's really missing is the human connection, that space between office visits where people seek guidance, share lived experiences, and feel supported along the way. Another interesting part is that care seekers and independent wellness professionals are wasting money looking for each other. Providers are overspending to acquire leads to stay open, and data shows there's been a 17% decrease in physician ownership in the past decade. There's a major gap between clinical care and community support, but we've created a way to bring care seekers and wellness professionals together while adding human connection back into healthcare. This is Social Wellbeing, a new peer-driven online health and wellness platform that's designed to make navigating your health and wellness journey easier, faster, and more human. At no cost to users, people can connect with others who share similar conditions or wellness goals, exchange product or service recommendation, all while finding the emotional support they need during their most uncertain moments. Our care community is a health-focused discussion forum that empowers individuals to use their voice through meaningful posts to support others, view local community health events, and exchange doctor recommendations. They can research, rate, and review provider recommendations within our platform. And lastly, our subscription service supports providers while enhancing their profile. It'll be designed to increase visibility to small wellness business owners, reducing burdensome tasks related to marketing and costly lead generation. The health and wellness ad industry is a $40 billion market that is growing at nearly 10% annually. Combined, there are over 800,000 providers and small wellness professionals in practice that are struggling for visibility just to help people. And we see an opportunity to capture over 16,000 subscriptions over time. We're starting with the Florida market, looking to impact 2,500 private practices and wellness professionals after launching the service next year. And we're taking a grassroots approach to grow our user base before launching the service. We're targeting women in Florida, reaching them through in-person events and partnerships, and then we'll transition into private practice beta subscriptions to capture early adopters. Our platform is always free to users, and our 3-tier subscription model will make up 70% of our revenue, with 2 paid tiers averaging $10,000 annually, becoming a huge savings for providers in time and up to 84% less in annual marketing costs. Our additional revenue streams will make up the other 30%. And when we look at our competitors like Healthgrades and ZocDocs and others, they only help you find doctors, not human connection. Understanding the value of community support, shared experience in healthcare, plus our unique approach to an online community to simplify searches while highlighting health and wellness professionals easily differentiates us. In under a year, we validated early interest with strong engagement from university students and interest from wellness professionals with continued growth expected over time. Right now, we're a strong team of 2. I have over 15 years of experience in the healthcare and health tech industry. My colleague Nelson serves as CTO with over 18 years of experience in the tech industry. And our platform creates a high-value ecosystem, spanning a wide range of topics for discussion and support. We're seeking mission-aligned partners to bring our platform to their communities. Social well-being is poised to become the place for empowering health through conversations in the industry, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. So let's bring human connection back into healthcare, and don't forget to follow us. Thank you.
Thank you, Shonda. What an inspiring collection of pitches. Each fellow reminds us that innovation is most powerful when rooted in empathy, purpose, and community. As we come to the end of the 2025 Flagship Summit, I want to take a moment to thank you, our community of supporters, partners, and champions of change, for showing up with curiosity, care, and conviction. The stories you heard today are invitations. Be sure to reach out and stay connected with the Flagship Fellows you heard from today. The magic of this fellowship lies in the community that we build together, and every one of you is part of that story. And to the Flagship Fellows, your courage to lead, to question, and to create gives us all hope for the future. We are so proud of you for reaching the summit, and this is just the beginning. On behalf of all of us at Watson Institute, thank you for being part of this global movement. We hope to see you very soon.